Thank you so much to the organizers of AI Days Tunisia 2025 for inviting me to speak today. It's an honor to be here with all of you, and I am excited to share some thoughts on how AI is transforming the world of imaging and vision because that's basically my background: imaging, vision, microscopy. So let's dive in. Now, let's start by imagining a world where machines don't just see, but they understand, where cameras and microscopes don't simply capture images and say, oh, I'm done with it. Well, in addition to capturing images, they notice patterns, anticipate events, and guide us to the right insights at the right time. That world is here. We are living in that world. In life sciences, for example, in industry, and also all across science and engineering, it's transforming how we actually work. Think about traditional microscopy. I hope there are some microscopists out there, or industrial inspection. Tedious measurements, repetitive checks, and hours of human effort. Right? AI is changing all of that. It's turning imaging systems into intelligent collaborators capable of analyzing, interpreting, and suggesting the next steps. Okay, so what? What is the benefit? At the end of the day, this frees us humans to focus on what matters most. What are we good at? What are we humans better than AI at? We are good at creativity, discovery, and decision making. Microscopes have always let us see the invisible, like cells, tissues, the inner workings of life, but modern imaging can be very complex. Especially setting up experiments and capturing thousands of images and analyzing them, it takes hours, it takes even days and months. AI is helping us, it's changing that. I have the pleasure of working at a company called Zeiss, one of the leaders in microscopy and imaging. Here I see the progress firsthand. I'm lucky to see this progress firsthand. For example, we've developed a microscopy co-pilot. As the name suggests, it acts like a lab assistant for researchers. They can ask questions, get guidance on imaging setups, and what are the best practices, all in front of the microscope while you're just sitting there in real time. Guided acquisition is another example where it takes it to the next level, like automatically finding the regions of interest. Because when you sit in front of a microscope, you're looking through at very high magnification, meaning you're looking at small regions. So how do you know what need to be imaged next? Right? With AI, you don't have to waste time searching for the next region of interest. You can train the AI to detect what you're interested in, and then adjust the microscope parameters to optimize, to image that specific region of interest. So the result is basically, much faster, more consistent, more insightful imaging. Now, scientists focus on discovery instead of setup once you have AI taking care of all the other manual rudimentary activities. I've also seen this transformation not just in the field of research microscopy, but think of clinical settings. For example, pathologists. They traditionally review hundreds of slides manually. And with AI, they don't need to examine every slide in every detail. The AI can highlight regions of interest. It can flag certain areas that needs actual manual investigation and guide the attention. Early stage cancers with this help of AI, early stage cancers or rare abnormalities can be easily get caught, and routine cases can actually move faster, hopefully saving some lives. This is intelligent collaboration, like between the human expertise actually augmented by AI's efficiency. Now, AI-powered imaging is not just for the labs or life sciences, it's actually transforming industry also. Think of oil and gas, for example. Let me give you a few examples. Oil and gas is one example where we are seeing engineers scan these rock cores in 3D. And AI helps us in segmenting the mineralogy because you need to know what minerals are present so you can effectively come up with the best design to bring the oil and gas out. And how does the oil and gas come out? It comes through the pores in this rock. So when you image this in 3D, AI can help us in segmenting mineralogy. It maps these pore networks where these hydrocarbons can flow through. And it can also help run these simulations all automatically. The system delivers actionable recommendations based on patterns in historical data, so the reservoir engineer doesn't have to waste the time in manually analyzing all of these. Now they just put the sample in and they get recommendations based on historical data. That's amazing. Another area where I see AI is really helping out is semiconductor manufacturing. Like AI detects defects in microchips, for example, and decides whether production can continue. You don't want to keep producing if you find a lot of defects. At the same time, you don't want to stop, if the defects are not serious, if they are minor anomalies. So throughput stays high, yield improves with the help of AI. Another example, additive manufacturing is an area I'm getting fascinated with, because as 3D printed components build layer by layer, AI can monitor in real time, detect anomalies, and adjust the printing parameters dynamically. At the end of the day, it reduces the waste and the defects. Okay, let me give you a couple more examples, not going deep into them. Of course, there's so many advances when it comes to vision and AI. I get excited talking about it and lose track of time. So bear me with a couple more examples. For example, another area I'm seeing expand daily is food inspection at high speed, microplastics quantified in environmental samples. And material science, I already talked about additive manufacturing, but in general, material science is accelerated through automated defect detection. Again, what is the core benefit? Discovery cycles speed up, insights become reproducible. Now, looking ahead, I envision imaging systems that adapt to each user. Like, for example, myself. When I walk into a microscope room with a sample, the microscope and the cameras recognize the operator, recognize me. They know everything about me. They understand the sample or the product, and they configure themselves for optimal results. Why should I be setting up every little parameter after the previous user is done? I sit in front of the microscope. The microscope and the camera knows who exactly I am. They know what my research interests are, and they just adjust everything for my optimal results. So I just load the sample, take the insights back with me. On top of that, conversational AI makes this interaction naturally with these systems, asking questions, receiving guidance. This reminds me of the movie Black Panther. I hope all of you watched it. It's one of my favorite movies. And in the movie, the main character's sister, I believe her name is Shuri, and she has an AI assistant named, I think it's Griot. That's how we pronounce it. And it's an intuitive, adaptive interaction with that system. And that's where we are heading, and we're not that far away. So AI transforming the field of this vision, computer vision, if you want to call that, and not just what we see, actually, but what we understand and what we do with what we actually see. I hope that makes sense. So the instruments of tomorrow won't just capture data and, okay, I'm done, right? I mean, that's mostly what we do today. The instruments of tomorrow, they just don't capture data. They'll collaborate, they'll anticipate, and guide us. And this is the future, I believe, this is the future of vision, where it's smarter, faster, and more insightful. So for scientists, engineers, and innovators, it's definitely an exciting time. And together with AI, we can see further, act faster, and imagine bigger than ever before. Thank you very much.